Hey man, hope you're doing well. Just wanted to ask. Obviously, DQ going down over the weekend. How important is he to this team? And if he's not able to play the first half, like what kind of adjustments do you feel like you guys have to make in order to, prevent Jacksonville State from doing anything offensively?
Yeah, losing DQ was tough. When he went down that second half in Texas A&M, I was kind of like shocked. I wasn't really too sure about the call, but losing him, he's a big piece on our defense. Like he's a leader out there. He's one of our captains on our defense, and losing him is going to be a big piece. So we just got to find that next man to step up, and I think the coaches are doing a good job of that, like preparing us and having that next man up mentality.
You guys are always preaching one game at a time, not looking ahead. Does it add a little extra fire to that mission, knowing you absolutely need a win Saturday to keep that bowl dream alive?
Oh yeah, of course, of course. I feel like we're fired up every week, but especially like this week, and we're playing at home, and probably just go out there with a positive mindset and let our frustrations out. So.
You talked about, you got to find the next man to step up, and the coaches are doing a good job of that. In your opinion, who do you feel like are some of those? I guess younger guys probably, right? Who would some of those younger guys be that you feel like could step up and fill the role for DQ and other guys like that?
I feel like we got a lot of depth and with a lot of players, I can fill that role in some way. But I'll probably name some guys, maybe like David Spalding or Keenan Nelson, Kawan Banks, even some freshmen like Zabari Sandy. I feel like we got a lot of guys who can fill that role. It's just having a great week of practice and showing it on the field.
Nick, what's it like being on a team that's just had so many injuries this year? And then as one of the leaders on the team, what do you do to kind of keep from those injuries from seeping in as an excuse week to week?
Yeah, it's tough. I got injured the first game, first play. So just injuries, it's unfortunate. Football is kind of like unforgiving. That's what people have been telling me, and I kind of see it too. It doesn't matter how hard you work or how much work you put in. Like football, you never know how it could go. So just making sure we can just push forward and always have that next man up mentality. It's urgent because you never know what could happen.
Nick, on Sunday, Shane was talking about, some of the miscues, maybe like pre-snap, maybe just alignments, all stuff like that. I know you can only talk about the defensive backs, but what are some of the things that you feel like are holding you back at times from being able to play, not just you, but just the room itself to be able to play at that level that you guys want to be able to play at?
I'll probably say it's just communication and probably having a little bit of a gray area a little bit. I'm not putting on anybody, but just communication, just knowing what to do, and just that'll help us play faster. So I feel like if we get that refined down and make sure everything's clear and we know what's going on, I feel like we could play a little bit faster and quicker.
You're 2/3 of the way through your sophomore year now. I guess how would you assess your season overall personally, and do you maybe have a personal goal for this final month in your own game?
And I don't really have any like real big expectations. I just go game by game and just see how that goes because you never know. Every game is kind of different, but I do have like personal goals is like finishing out strong and making a strong case these last 4 games is just being one of the best defensive players in the SEC and on the team.
What did that hit in the back of the end zone feel like for you?
I didn't really feel it when I hit him at first. I did feel like walking off the field, like my wrist and my hand was like a little bruised up, but it felt good though. I just read the QB's eyes and I hit him, and it just felt kind of like relief too, like big hit. We needed that. It was 3rd down, so it felt good too.
How much of a special honor does it feel like for you to get to play in the first ever college football game between 2 Gamecock teams?
Yeah, it's cool. I didn't really know about that till like this week. I think somebody told me like they're the Gamecocks too, so it's a little bit more, I guess a little bit more deeper. I guess we could say like we're the real Gamecocks at the end of the game or whatever,
You're an Irmo guy, and obviously the 2010 through 2013 teams are being honored this weekend. Do you have any kind of memories of watching those teams back in the day? Any favorite players you looked up to?
I was a young cat back then, but I remember like when I was in like middle school, there was a bunch of guys out there. I think Kendrell Flowers, he went to Wake Forest. Tree, he went to Mizzou. It's just a bunch of guys growing up watching. There's a bunch of athletes out there just growing up watching those guys do good. My brother, I think he went D1 too. So and shout out to Irmo. I think they're undefeated right now, so going to the playoffs. So Irmo, they're dogs. There's a lot of dogs out there.
With the some of the things y'all were doing different with the defense on Saturday, and I don't know how much it changed for you, but doing some 3-man fronts and getting some more linebackers involved. What do you feel like you guys were able to accomplish by sort of mixing things up and throwing some new things out there?
I feel like we kind of just went out there with a positive mindset and the defensive coaches were telling us to play with a lot of energy. So they're just trying new things, and we're just mixing things up and seeing what we can do and seeing what type of new guys we can bring along. Like Jaron Willis, I think he had his first sack that game, and he brings a lot of energy. So I feel like the coaches were just trying stuff, and it worked out. So that's probably what was the main focus and goal, and it went pretty well. All right, thank y'all.